Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. We have a whole wide range of products. We added a furniture collection, living room, sofas, bedroom sets, and a few office supplies. We have furniture, clothing rather, and jewelry, and etc. So check it out, www.evolutionoflondon.com. Also, you can shop online to our other shopping mall, website, I should say, which is www.evolutionoflondon.org. Once again, that's www.evolutionoflondon.org. There we have custom clothing, accessories, digital products such as ebooks, personal and business use. As far as ebooks, we added a book about cryptocurrency, so I know you will like that. So check that out. So we discuss about making money through cryptocurrency, and as you know about that. So we have a book on that. So definitely check out www.evolutionoflondon.org. Also, we have a new website, which is www.evolutionoflondon.store. STORE. There we have a website we generated for smaller products, accessories that we do carry. So I'm going to leave that as a surprise to check it out. You'll see. So check out www.evolutionoflondon.store. STORE. We on all major platforms. Anchor.fm, Google, iTunes, Apple, Spotify, just to name a few. Music by Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. A whole wide range of different beats. You go to YouTube, he have other social media sites, so once you go there, you'll see his social media sites, a vast amount of different beats. So Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And speaking about YouTube, Greatness 19, that's our educational channel. We have a whole wide range of videos to open up your third eye. So check out Greatness 19 channel on YouTube. And continuing on YouTube, Mr. Evolution of London, that's our health and wellness channel. A whole wide range of videos for everyday health and wellness for you. So, Mr. Evolution of London, Greatness 19, and Cheap Limousine channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Pass the information along, as well as the Oracle 19 podcast, of course. Like, subscribe, and share. You can subscribe through Spotify for the Oracle 19 podcast. We have different links to other sites. You can go to www.linktree.com/Evolution of London. There we have different links, as I mentioned, that you can check out, that you can, for purchasing for purposes for purchasing products and other things as well. So check that out. We do have a Patreon channel, www.patreon.com/evolution-of-London. There we have videos that is not on YouTube. And then we also have services, consulting services. We have digital artwork and ebooks on our Patreon channel as well. So check it out. Again, you can't go wrong. We do have a GoFundMe page that I'm going to have posted in our description box of the Oracle 19 podcast as well if you want to make a free will offering. And if you don't want to go through the GoFundMe page, you can make a free will offering through evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. That's through our PayPal account. So if you want to make a free will offering, it's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com for a free will offering. We could definitely use your support. And that's the same email, actually. If you want to, if you have any business or sponsorship inquiries, you can also email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. If you want to put your brand on this podcast, same email. And again, for all your guys, I'd like to thank you for continuing your support of passing the information around and continue passing the information around. I definitely need for you to pass the information about the Oracle 19 podcast to your family, friends, and foe. We're stretching now, I believe, like 13 different countries now, so we want to keep that train rolling along. Mr. Will, he's a fitness consultant for over 15 years. And if you want to book a consultation, you email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. Once again, that's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And also, if you want to support his merchandise, www.wjaccessories.com. So once again, that's www.wjaccessories.com. He has custom clothing and accessories, and he's getting into the digital world as well. So support his brand. Cousins Vinny's Pizza is located in downtown London, Ontario. Been established for well over 15 years. He does catering, and he also opens late at night. He features London's only authentic Montreal smoked meat sandwiches. It's available citywide. And he has 2 locations, 425 Richmond Street, downtown London, Ontario. And also his second location is 1599 Adelaide Street West. 1599 Adelaide Street North. So his 2 locations is in London, Ontario. So definitely support his pizza. Any other information I haven't mentioned is in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, as well as Greatness 19 and Mr. Evolution of London. So like, subscribe, share to all 3 platforms. Okay, we're going to get to the topic of today. Again, I'm going to give you my perspective, of course. Today's topic, we're going to talk about tricking. It's always a popular topic. Tricking. Men tricking off of females. Now, there's a lot of different perspectives. There's men that has money that trick. Men that is broke that trick. And there's always a saying that, a lot of people that have them, a lot of men, I should say, that have the money, and say, well, if I got the money, there's nothing wrong with it. They will tell other men that don't have money, or broke, I should say, well, you broke, so you can't do it. Again, is perspective. People got different perspectives. Some men feel that, well, we all trick in some form of fashion, whether it's your wife or your girlfriend. So what you tricking regardless. You're spending money with the female regardless. Again, a lot of different perspectives. I'm gonna give you mine, okay? And say, let's figure out about tricking and what is tricking. Now, a lot of interpretations. Well, there's different interpretations, but it's basically men giving money frivolously to females, or it could be men supporting females' lifestyle frivolously, and not necessarily your girlfriend or wife, just a regular strag out here, just a regular female. Now, I'll put it like this. I give it my perspective, and again, that's my interpretation of the meaning of tricking. Okay. Again, different men, different regions, different situations, they have their own interpretations. But I would say this. Men, when you giving money to females, especially let's say if you meet a female, you have to have a perspective as a business. Now, I talk to other males, family, friends, and foe, but I would say this. If you meet a female, or let me backtrack and give you an example of if you're going for a job, an interview. When you go into an interview, the person that's interviewing you at the job, before they give you the job, they just don't hand you the job. You have to be qualified in order to work for that company. It's a series of questions that they ask you. And then, based on your qualifications, your history, your educational status, your skill set, dictates if you got that job or not. So there's different criterias. And then let's say if you hired, then there's a probation period. And most jobs, you're not going to immediately get the benefits, or I should say a lot of jobs. When you are working your first 3 months, you're working your way up. Meaning that a lot of jobs, before they offer you benefits immediately, you're going through a probationary period. Work performance, if you're on time, if you're doing the necessary things to benefit the company. Meaning all this means is a process before they award you with benefits, such as medical and dental. I'm getting to a point, guys. I'm just walking. Oh, just walk with me. I'm saying this nice and slow, and I'm building to the point which most of y'all guys would is understanding me now. So after the 3 months, then you are awarded the medical and dental. So again, long story short, there's a process. So I feel men in relationships, you have to have a business mindset. A lot of you men, you don't even qualify the woman. You see her, she tells you who she is, and you just believe it, and that's it. And then you just qualify her automatically on the strength of what she said. And you give her all the benefits without even screening her. A lot of men, you know, if they meet the female, or before they meet her, they talking to her, or social media, they talking to her through social media, they flying her from East Coast to West Coast, they shacking her up in a hotel, they paying for all of these expenses without even qualifying her because of her look. But they don't have no clue of her character. Just the basis of her looks. And you guys are messing up the market. Because females do feel entitled. They feel that they deserve all of these things without being qualified. And I think and I'm putting the onus on you men. Y'all messing up the market for a lot of regular men. Now, again, backtracking what I mentioned, what I said before, a lot of men that have money say, well, you know, I got it, I can do whatever. Yeah, you could drive a car with your feet, but that don't mean it's a good thing. See, you spoiling these females that don't deserve that, in my personal opinion. Flying them out. And again, we're talking about females. A lot of these females have bad character, terrible character. If they was at a particular job, they wouldn't even get the job because their character is terrible. The way they act, the way they carry themselves. They could never work for corporate America. And you should think like a corporation. This is a business. And you giving your resources to someone that is not qualified, you destroying the market. My personal opinion. Example one. You see these wild, disrespectful females. They put themselves together on Instagram. Looking attractive, and you automatically flying them East Coast or West Coast or vice versa. Not even their character, the way they dress. The way they dress show you who they are. Whores. You flying out whores. Now a lot of men will say, oh, well, you know, it's just for whatever. You know, you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, this topic, I could go on for hours, but I'm going to try to condense it. You men are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on whores that, A, bad character, B, fake. I mean, if you take off their hair, their fake hair, their fake eyebrows, take away their makeup. A lot of them have fake breasts, fake buttocks, and just wearing tight outfits to show curves. If you take that all away, or if you take that out, or if you take away all of that stuff, They regular average females. A lot of them. And you spending thousands and thousands of dollars for an average female that you don't even know. That has a bad attitude and disrespectful. And feel entitled. I mean, wouldn't you think that's a bad investment? What are you really getting out of it? A lot of men say companionship. You could buy a plain goldfish and that's cheap. That's your investment. Now I know I'm being funny now. You know, human nature, I get it. Men want to be into something. But you can get your local hooker from your neighborhood streets. If you're going to spend that much money, especially you guys, let's say in the big cities, there's always hookers, far cheaper. $100, you in. You're going to be tricking. But you go on Instagram, these wealthy guys go on Instagram and they flying these girls out, you know, East Coast and West Coast. I mean, buying these females houses. You don't have no clue. They strippers and you giving them houses. Expensive cars. These is not even your wives or girlfriends. These are just strags, whores, day walkers, night walkers. You don't have no clue of who they are. I mean, we all made mistakes in overspending on females. I made quite a few. But just like a corporations makes mistakes. But they correct their mistakes. And you, in my opinion, men, should take yourself as a corporation. Because you're getting nothing out of it. What are you getting out of it? You talk about, some of you men say, well, companionship. Really, do you find a need to spend $5,000 to fly a woman via Instagram just for companionship? And you could take that same money and have about 20, 30 of them in Brooklyn. You don't have to fly them from LA to New York City. You could get them in Brooklyn. Right up Flatbush. There's some dimes in Flatbush. There's some dimes in East New York. There's some dimes in downtown Brooklyn. Do I have to fly them? You're talking about that $1 million paper. Is it a need to fly them out because you see them on Instagram? These same dimes that you see in LA, you see same dimes in Manhattan. Sorry, the Bronx. Long Island. Queens. Far cheaper. More practical. If you're going that route. But again, you have to take yourself, men, as a business. You have to take pride within yourself. And you should screen these females before you unleash your pockets. And even when you meet and greet these females, you don't go crazy in a 5-star restaurant and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the first date. She's got to qualify to be in your presence. I mentioned this in previous shows. You can check that out. You got to realize, men, here's the reality. For every one man, there's 10, 15, 20, 30 different women for you in a different location, region, country. There's more women than men. So unlike what you hear that women feel they the prize because they on social media and they half naked and they get men drooling over them, they might get thousands and thousands of men drooling over them. And so these women have an inflated mindset thinking that, oh, they want me. I'm the ish because they have a certain amount of followers of men because they naked or half naked. It means nothing. First of all, these women wouldn't want them anyway. They just want the attention. But you men, you are the prize. And women should be qualifying to deal with you. And, you know, I listen to social media, and it's true. Here, it's great points what a lot of men be talking about, because women want a certain caliber, a certain type of man. You know, majority of women want that man that's 6 feet tall, 6-pack, 6 figures. They don't want a shorter man. They don't want a man that's making under 100K, and they want someone that has a 6-pack. This is the general consensus of women and their mindset. Tall man, 6 figures, 6-pack, all of the 360s. Again, you devil you. And guess what? It's a limited supply of that caliber. And even if they found that caliber of man, the question, ladies, you have to ask yourself, and would he have a surplus of other women? What makes you so special that he will want you? So that shrinks their amount of, I should say, with the ladies, that's not a lot of men that they can choose from. But the point is, men that is out here working hard, taking care of themselves, making their money, being the best they can be. Again, you have to have the abundance mindset. And if these females is not cooperating with you from the start, why are you spending thousands and thousands of dollars on them? What are you getting out of it? She should be qualifying for you to be in your presence. You are the corporation. Take the mindset as a business. You are your mindset. You're a corporation. She's coming into your world. She needs to prove herself to you. The first date, especially for you young men, Starbucks. Real talk. Tea. You know, sit down, a donut. You have an hour or 2 hour conversation. What's the matter with just sitting down at a local Starbucks if you're trying to meet and greet a female for the first time, and sitting down and getting to know her? If you find her interesting, or if she's a potential candidate to be your woman, etc. Why is there need? A lot of females, you need to impress her. No, she needs to impress you. You need to fly her out and rent a limo and all of this fancy stuff and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on her. What the hell are you doing that for? When there's hundreds of women that you could all around you in these big cities. Even in the towns, there's more women out here, more selections. What are you doing all of this extra stuff? Tricking. Tricking would be, it's not like if you, a lot of men, I feel if you, let's say you spending, let's say taking a woman to a restaurant and you eating, you spending $50, you eating as well as she's eating. Is that tricking? No, I don't know. You eating too. You taking a woman to Starbucks and spending $20. Is that tricking? No, because you want a tea too. Or if you at a hotel, this is a little side note I'm giving y'all. You taking a female to the hotel. Is that tricking? Well, no, you want to be in a comfortable place. That's not tricking. I feel if you're tricking, if you paying a woman's rent, especially if you just meeting her at the first time, or something basic like that. You guys just paying rent, phone bills, and this is not your woman. That's one form of tricking. I feel that you're flying a female. This is not your woman. Flying a female from East Coast to West Coast, and this is not your woman. That's tricking, in my opinion. I feel personally, if you meet a woman and she's interested in you, she could use her money, take her money, and she could fly herself out. Excuse me. That will show if she's interested in you. And a lot of females will say, what? Oh, no. See, because they're entitled. I don't know. See, I'm spoiled because I met women in different states. And they've flown themselves out to see me. They spent their own money. And I look at it like, you goddamn right. You interested in me? Yeah. Show me. We'll go from there. At least. So I'm coming from a different mindset, different era. You got to show me that you care, that you're interested. So you coming to me. I mean, I'm not going to be paying money for you to flying you out. You just getting a free ride. I don't know. I'm just cheap. That's what it is. You're going to have to do a lot. You're going to have to show me a lot for me to do certain things. But again, that's me though. Y'all guys out here, y'all spending all different types of money. And you know what? Let's backtrack because, again, I don't want to get off the topic too much. But spending money on the first date, you should be practical. Starbucks. If you're in Canada, a Tim Hortons, in the United States, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks for both different countries. I'm just trying to be more global, North American for y'all guys because I know it's Canadian listeners as well. And thank you guys for your continued support. But switching gears, you men is spending unnecessary money. You need to spend least as possible. You need to get to know her and see if she qualifies. And then from there, then on the next date, then you can up the ante, so to speak, based on her qualifications. And you go from there. She has to prove to you that she deserves to be with you. Long story short. and y'all guys really destroy the market, overspending. It really is crazy, because the words that come out of these females' mouth is very disrespectful to you men. They really don't respect you men. And y'all men that be doing all of those unnecessary things, they don't respect you at the end of the day. You can see it through social media. Y'all guys be tricking and spending and paying for these females' lifestyle, paying for their surgeries, their breast implants, paying for their clothing, their houses, their cars, and they don't even care about you. And what is your point? Your point is, well, you paying for presents, her company. Now, I know a lot of men feel that, you paying, they have a different spin on things. You paying for, your money is the time, and you paying for her time to be in your presence, especially if you have a pretty woman on your side and you doing business meetings and so forth, so on. That's, again, perspective. But me, I look at it like this. What happened to the old days where men go out and hunt and gather? And you talk to females. You just talk to females. What happened to that? Why is social media, like dating apps, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what happened to just going out in the streets and just talking to women and figuring out from there? Why is it necessary just to sit down and just, it's like ordering Uber Eats, ordering females online. You're paying for delivery. All of this is a form of tricking, in my opinion. You're not going out the old-fashioned way. And just talk to women. Physically talk to women. I think it's becoming a dying art. We men is doing the lazy way with a lot of things. We have social media, so we just sitting back and going through the dating apps and then, Instagram, and ordering them, flying them out. That's really ordering, like Uber Eats, flying them to your place, spending thousands of dollars just to be in your presence for that day. And it's like having an egg with no yolk. It's just a shell, no substance. It's a dying art for, especially in North America, I see. In European nations, the same way. Just going out and meeting and greeting in the streets. Not even in the club, because you ain't going to find your wife, for the most part, in a club, or your girlfriend in the club. Just every day. See, tricking is a perspective, I get. But some things is outright disgusting. And we men, we got to do better. Is your mindset first? And I'm going to repeat again, you got to take a mindset, you as individual men, especially you young men, as a corporation, as a business, your mindset. You cannot, even though you have the money, just like a corporation have the money, but they don't immediately hire you because of you. They got to find out your qualifications and skill set. And that's the same mindset you should be when you out here meeting and greeting females. You have to have a corporate mindset, in my opinion, and spend accordingly. Yes, you might have the money, but you spend accordingly because you're having a business mindset. And I'm repeating that over and over. And a lot of you men that have money, the question you have to ask yourself, are you really having a corporate mindset? Or are you doing things the lazy way? Now, a lot of people will give me a little pushback, say, well, you know, suppose you, let's say a man like well-established in their 50s, 60s, 70s that have the money and is busy and not going to be out here on the pavement. They rather just snap their fingers and have one around them for the day or the night or whatever. Perspective. I don't know. I don't know. It's like I said, it's perspective. You know, if I look at it like this, it's just me. It's just me with this mindset. No matter what. Now, when you reach a certain age, okay, if you, let's say 60, 70, 80, I might give you that exemption. I might give you that exemption because of the age factor, 60s, 70s, 80s, and you have money, and you just snap your finger because you're too old to be out here hunting and gathering, and you want to keep life simple. I might give you an exemption off of that. It's going to go by case situation with me. Because again, it's always exception to the rules. Let's say if you're disabled, you're in a wheelchair. Well, you can't be out here in the pavement because you're disabled. So you need the trick. So poof, you need to order one to come to you. There's always exception to the rules. But here's the thing though. That goes with the disabled man or rich man. All depends of how much you spend. All depends on how much you spend. Would define if you just a bona fide trick. I don't think personally. I just don't see it. What makes a female? You spending 10 grand on a female to come to you for the night. What dictates 10 grand for you to spend for a female to come to your house for the night? Why would you spend $10,000 for a female? Is she producing gold out of her womb for you? What is it special that you're spending 10 grand for a female? And that same 10 grand, you could probably get out of that 10 grand, I say at least about 20 dimes in the streets that you reside. And that's just a low figure. I'm talking about the cream of the crop type of escorts. I don't know. It's perspective here. My point is, what makes that fee? A lot of men be spending $10,000, $5,000 for one female, so-called one beautiful woman to be in your presence for the night or the day or whatever. What dictates $5,000 that you can't get? That you can't get several women with that $5,000. I'm just thinking business here. And some men say, well, I know she's clean and she's have a certain standard. You could find for $5,000. I bet I could find multiple clean, upstanding women for the night with that money. You're going to talk about tricking. It's perspective here. I'm just looking at it as in terms of business. If you're going that route, business. See, a lot of men destroy the market because if you spending for Instagram model, so-called model, $10,000 to fly her from California to New York. That same money you can get women in the city of New York. You see what I'm saying? I look at business. Men, you got to take yourselves as a corporation. You might have the money, but you're tricking the unnecessary spending of your money. You're destroying the market. You're not even thinking like a business person. You're not taking yourself serious. Just my perspective. I don't know. Men is going to do what men is going to do. And hey, but I say, this is one thing I will say, a lot of you men are destroying the market. You are. The way you are carrying, the way you deal with yourself, your mindset, how you deal with these women, what you allow from these women, the disrespect. Respect is everything. Your money should have meaning for you. You work hard for it, no matter how much money you have. I just think being practical is the best way. And if I'm going to spend on a female, I want to make sure I'm getting the proper respect from her. And if I feel I'm not getting the proper respect, and the proper respect is how she conducts herself, how she dresses, how she carries herself, her qualifications, who she is, her skill set, what is she going to bring to the table for me, how much she's willing to help me. All of that is respect. And respect is everything. So tricking, is it the right way for you? You have to decide. And you finish the story. Thank you for listening.